Welcome to GDK Retro. This is a new channel where we'll be reviewing many retro-based systems, game systems like you see here, as well as other computers and other electronics, which are more classed as retro, as a little bit older, as well as some new stuff that may pique people's interests as well. Today we are going to cover the Nintendo GameCube. Of the console-based system, this is Nintendo's fourth system, the first being the NES, the SNES, the N64, and then the GameCube. This system is very compact compared to a lot of the other systems. Very small, very tiny, very compact. They actually built a handle onto the rear of it. It was designed to semi portable to bring around to people. Continuing from the N64, it did add 4 ports on the very front of it to be able to allow up to 4-person multiplayer directly off the console itself. No internal storage, so everything was stored on memory cards. This also had to be done comparatively because they moved away from cartridges to discs. Not regular discs, their own proprietary format, but they went to a compact disc style, so they had to go to a cartridge-based storage system. They were very similar to like your PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 memory storage devices, where there was a certain number of blocks. Each game used up a number of those blocks. The controllers that they used were, I guess you could say, one of the big predecessor to your common analog sticks nowadays that you're seeing on Nintendo systems, Xbox, that sort of type thing, with your high and low analog sticks, your buttons, and then your D-pad over here, as well as having a full set of trigger buttons on the end. This system we have already taken apart once, so it is unscrewed right now. But if we turn the unit over, very simple to remove. There are 4 screws in here. They do require the security bit. Very simple to get online. I'll post a link down in the video description. Take the 4 security bit screws out and the unit will come apart. These bays underneath, a standard GameCube should have them all on there. They were used. There were a couple of things. There was a modem for this. As well as many people also got on this. There's a GameCube Game Boy player that'll play Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, which did actually mount on the underside of this. Taking the unit apart here, again, once you have the screws out, is very simple. Top just slides off. Everything in here is very, very, very compact. So one thing, if you are taking it apart, you do need to be very careful. The controller board for all the controller parts are here. There is actually a cooling fan on this side. Most of the other mechanics are underneath here. We won't be unscrewing that in this video, but as we get units to potentially repair, we will do a full teardown on this. All your output jacks are on the back, power button, and reset button on the front. This is a major one here, and many people have to watch out for. If this breaks, you're sort of in trouble. This is your disc close. Without this lever being pressed down, the disc will not spin up. So if this switch does get broken on here, you're sort of stuck that the games won't spin up when you power the unit on. But all in all, very compact design. They tried to make it as small as possible as they could with it. A bit of a wider angle shot here to show you how the unit works and powers up. The unit uses the same actual video adapter as the SNES and the N64 did. They kept that fairly common. Now that plugs into the standard analog out on the back of the unit. there's a DC in. What you'll also see is a digital AV out. Not commonly used. Towards the end of the life of the unit, they did release a component cable which gave you 480i output on it. Very, very difficult to find. You can run upwards of more than the cost of a GameCube just to acquire that cable alone. But they are available. One thing you can also find now is there are many companies that are making HDMI adapters which do fit in those ports as well. Again, very costly, but especially on newer TVs, allow you direct HDMI input on it. But we will connect our video here and our power. Plug in our power. And very simple as press the power button. Again, controllers plug in along the front. Every game is slightly different on how it loads when it saves. This one obviously probably creates the save blocks initially right away. Again, by default, this, as you can see on here, that there's a black bar ever so slightly on the side here. As we get to another color screen, you may see it a little better. Again, because this is doing standard video output, it's usually outputting in 4:3, not widescreen. As you can see better there, there's a 4:3 picture. In this case, it is Harry Potter Goblet of Fire, I believe. But yep, that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. We won't get into any major gameplay or anything right now, but that's pretty much it. GameCube, again, one of the most popular systems, very popular right now. Many games going for a fair bit of money. Not necessarily this one, but certain things like Smash Brothers. The Smash Brothers on the GameCube considered to be one of the most popular Smash Brothers games to date until most recently Ultimate. That Smash Brothers game, again with the controller, when this controller came out, that's sort of what defined like being able to do fighting games like Smash Brothers very well. Enough that they've continued support for these GameCube controllers through the Wii, the Wii U, and now even the Switch as well. With adapters, you can use these same controllers. The Smash Brothers game for the GameCube right now will actually run you more than a system. Smash Brothers for GameCube actually costs more than Smash Brothers Ultimate does in many retail areas. So, again, very collectible, very simple item. There tend to be a lot of GameCubes out there. You can get them for relatively cheap nowadays. They're not the most expensive system to collect, so definitely something worthwhile collecting if you do not have one. And this is the Nintendo GameCube. Definitely a system worth picking up. Hope you enjoyed this video. Later on we'll go into more detail with some other systems. This system is working in perfect condition other than needing a light cleaning inside. Look forward to our next couple of videos. We will be doing a couple others on such things as games. With certain games they have a battery inside, and in this case the battery has failed. It's no longer saving games. So we're going to do a video or so about replacing batteries in cartridge-based systems. As well, look forward to a PlayStation 1 original model teardown. We have a system that is working but needs a major cleanup inside, so we're probably going to do a full teardown on that system. So look forward to videos on that. Hope everyone enjoyed, and hope to see you again. Thank you. Bye.